Um, the series began really as a love story. Many people ask me, why do you write about angels? And I think originally I was thinking all I was doing was writing about love. I had just finished working on another novel, and it was also a love story. Most of the things that I write are love stories. And this world of the other novel began to feel very small to me. I wanted to write another love story, but I wanted it somehow to be bigger, to involve more people, to have implications in the rest of the world. So at the time I was in graduate school and I was taking a class about reading the Bible as literature. And I kept coming across all of these angel references. And they were angels who looked down from heaven, saw women on the earth, and fell in love with them. And the suggestion is that ultimately these angels were kicked out of heaven for this love. And so to me, that idea was immediately a really complicated, tragic, beautiful, doomed love story. To start a love with that kind of sacrifice, it seemed to me the ultimate big love story to tell. I chose to write about reincarnation, I think because the idea of it has always fascinated me. As a child, I had a lot of intense moments of déjà vu. And there are these things, I think, in our life that we're drawn to, and maybe we don't understand why. And I love to think that it has something to do with a place or a life or a person that we have been in the past. And to me, I think it works for Luce's character because every 17 years that she lives, the slate is wiped clean, and it's a fresh start, and she has a whole new chance. The question of which team I'm on, Daniel or Cam, I've changed my tune a lot since I began writing the series. Originally, Cam, the bad boy, who's actually the devil in the book, was based on my husband. So he loves that he's the devil, and I think the fans think it's really funny that I chose the bad guy to model after the love of my life. But I think there's something very alluring about Cam. He invites Luce to get very close to him very quickly, but he also makes her feel very intimidated and very nervous. So I pulled from a few things from the period of time when I first met my husband. So in that case, I have to say that my alliances lie with Cam, but I think for Luce, Daniel is the right choice. He's the one. And so for Luce, she can have Daniel, save Cam from me, and for the fans who like the bad boy. I got to have lunch with the guys who are producing the movie recently, and they are working on a final script right now. They seemed very excited. They seemed to really get the tone of the books, and I think the darkness and the mood that suits the story. So I think they're going to do a wonderful job, and I think right now the release date is scheduled for 2013. Rapture is going to be the final book in the series. It's the 4th one. It will come out after Passion. I think in the States it's supposed to come out in May of 2012. I'm working on it right now. I'm writing the first draft. I'm about halfway through. And it's a very different experience writing the end of the story than writing the beginning of the story. In the beginning, it feels as if you're throwing so many things up into the air. You're posing a question, you're suggesting something, but you don't really know what it's all going to add up to or what the significance of many things are. And so I think the readers are on that journey too, feeling like so much is up in the air. And at this point, I'm wrapping things up, and I feel as if I'm sort of looking up at what's there and trying to catch it and trying to find the right place and trying to deliver all the answers. And sort of bring everything full circle. So in some ways, it's an easier book to write because I know exactly where Luce and Daniel are headed. In other ways, it wakes me up at night because I want to make sure I'm covering everything and putting in all of the answers. It's going to be a long journey for Luce before she gets to the ending, but I'm excited about where she's going. I think by the time I finish Rapture, the 4th book, Luce and Daniel's story will be complete. And I've known for a little while exactly how it's going to end. I don't know how I'll get there, but I know what the last scene of the book, of the series, will bring. And I think it will be the perfect ending, an ending that I wouldn't want to tamper with. That said, there are all these other incredible characters that will still be running around my head. And at this point, I'm thinking of some short stories and short novellas for some of the other main characters that I've grown to really love and that I think some of the readers really connect with. But I also do have plans when Rapture is complete and published to begin work on a brand new series starring a whole new group of characters. One of the most interesting things for me is when I hear a reader say, I really relate to Lucinda. Because as I was writing Fallen, I struggled with her character so much. She's like me in a lot of ways, and she's very different from me in other ways. And I think I intended her to be a little bit different. I intended her to be maybe a little bit pluckier, maybe a little bit sharper. And she is, I think, at the beginning of the series, she's one of the most impressionable characters that there are. And it didn't come naturally to me. I didn't really get along with her in the beginning. She started in a very dark place, but over the course of the series, she's moving, I think, into a sense of something light. She's always been moving towards the light, so it's been a very hopeful and dynamic arc for her. I think that she's relatable because she's so impressionable, because she makes so many mistakes. She takes a lot of risks, and half the time they don't work out at all, and she puts herself in ridiculous amounts of danger, but she grows every time. And she makes these wonderful friends who all plug into different sides of her personality. And I think, I don't know, I think that there's a growth that I've seen in her personally, especially as I've been working on Passion these past 6 months working on Passion. I think it's really wonderful to see where Luce began and where she's ending up. It's amazing to me how much information there is on the web, ways to connect with other readers, ways to connect with other writers, reviews and blogs, and figuring out what my own contribution in that has been an interesting journey for me. I really love managing my website and posting photos and videos from when I get to go out on the road and meet the fans in person. And it's wonderful to have a direct channel to have conversations with them. I get a lot of messages on my, through my blog, and of course Twitter and Facebook are enormous. It feels like it's rapidly becoming a really different world where you can just engage with some reader on the other side of the world instantly and form a relationship. So I feel lucky to be a part of it. And also to finally see the way that bloggers are so influential in how our books are publicized and how the word is spread, and the support that I've had from the bloggers everywhere. In the US, all around the world, has just been really fantastic. So I'm grateful to be taking part in all of it.